ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. After a dominating performance at both the 2017 CC Can and Carifta Water Polo Championships, Team Bahamas currently at a winter training camp in Florida, getting ready for the new year.
The preparation for Carifta 2018 started a long time ago. This summer, for example, we went to a California training camp that was held by the famous Hungarian coach Ferenc Windisch. Then our U14 selection team went to Hallelia to a U14 competition where they finished 4th. And then our U18 team went back to Hallelia in December and won a bronze medal. And after this training camp we just held, we are in right now, in February we're gonna go to Fort Lauderdale, where we will prepare our 3 teams, the U19, U8, U16 and U14 team for Carifta.
The B3As and NACAC signing a memorandum of understanding for the Bahamas to host the 2018 Carifta Track and Field Championships. This will be the 8th time the games are held here in the 242. The Bahamas previously hosted in 1976, 1978, 1981, 84, 92, 2002, and 2013. The signing legalizes the agreement that started some 2 years ago when the B3As won an unopposed bid at the 2016 Games in Grenada. Now, we can tell you the games will be held over the Easter weekend from March 30th to April 2nd. Some 26 countries expected to take part, encompassing some 500 athletes, 400 volunteers, and 150 local and international officials. Still talking track and field, collegiate high jumper Giles Etienne making quite an impression during his freshman season with the Indiana Hoosiers. Etienne has already won the Field Athlete of the Week award in the Big Ten after soaring 7-3 to set a new Hoosier Open record. He's currently back home for the holidays and spoke about how it's been going.
It was different, I never did indoor before I went over there. So, just trying to, and the workouts in college is harder, so just gotta push through it.
Are you finding a balance?
Yeah, once you just pace yourself every practice and listen to what the coaches say, you can get through it.
The Providence Basketball Club's Holiday High School Basketball Tournament rolling along at the Donald Davis Gym. In action last night, the Agape Eagles out of Abaco looking to build off a win over South Andros earlier in the day. Agape, though, no match for the C.I. Gibson Rattlers, losing 73-35.
We know they had a good team, but we just hope to keep it close, which we did in the first half. I only have 8 guys, so at the second half we were a lot tired and a couple things didn't go our way. We want to make the pool championship. We played Anathol Rogers in Abaco in our tournament. We lost in overtime. We already beat Andros, so we feel like we have a chance to give Anathol a run for their money and maybe play CI again.
Doris Johnson also looking to pick up a win last night for the government schools, but Sac's Big Red Machine came to play. Sac wins this one 47-39.
The guys kept their composure, executed, and that's what I've been teaching all year, to be patient and move the ball around. My expectations was really just to get some games so that when we return to our normal action, that the guys don't be too rusty. I kind of believe that the more we play, the better we get. You understand? If we play less games, sometimes we go to the championship game or playoff games and we play 10 games and other teams will play 35 games. And sometimes coming down to the end, 2 minutes left, that's the difference.
The St. George's Jaguars out of Grand Bahama in the win column last night as well. They won big over the CV Bethel Stingrays 50-19.
I was pretty happy with the way they played. We got some things we need to fix, some little small things we need to clean up, but overall, I think it was a good team game. Usually we get better after we come to this tournament. It's a good team building trip. We build team chemistry, and it gives us a different feel, a different brand of basketball, and it helps toughens up our boys for when we get back to Freeport.
The final game last night played between the CC Sweeting Cobras and Bahamas Elite. CC Sweeting taking this one by a final of 52-27. Now, there was no rest for the weary. Teams right back on the court this morning. Julian Gibson breaks down some of the action.
Benson Aquinas took on Doris Johnson. Advantage. Doris Johnson, no sir. Aquinas Aces came out to play. In fact, they led basically for 4 quarters, but at the end of regulation, the score was tied. And thanks to Dwight Miller, big three-pointer, Aquinas Aces upset Doris Johnson 55-54. Dwight Miller, Miller time.
Coach just said if I get a shoot, take the shot.
I used to sit in them all game, so it would have been I had to do him wrong, not to pass him that. We dropped everything, but we were glad that it did fall.
Just a little defensive assignment that was lost, but it did not get to that. I think coming down to the end of regulation, even the first part of the overtime, my guys just didn't take care of the ball, and that came up and hurt us at the end of the game.
An impressive win for the Aquinas Aces.
We play hard and we stick to our system and we trust our players. More than anything else, we actually played in our system at the beginning of the game. And honestly, fatigue actually got the best of us and we made some silly mistakes, mental lapses.
Now for Doris Johnson, head coach, the loss was disappointing.
Games like that, you got to come out and play 4 quarters. You got to start the game strong, and we dug ourselves a hole for the first pretty much 2.5 quarters, and exhausted a lot of energy trying to get back into the game. But no hats off to Aquinas. They played a good game. They executed well down the stretch, and they deserved the victory today.
Also seeing action this afternoon was St. John's Jolly Green Giants. They got past Bahamas Elite 46-42.
We have a tendency of starting slow. After the first half, we started to settle down and play our brand of basketball.
A little short change, still a holiday. My point guard basically he went back home for disciplinary reasons. But it's a young team, 9th and 10th graders, 1 11th grader. So they're just learning the game, trying to learn the game of basketball in terms of transition and the proper way it's supposed to be played.
The C.I. Gibson Rattlers, they look pretty good, taking care of business against South Andrews, 60-41. Coach Aaron Roll, a disappointing loss, losing to C.I. Gibson.
These guys, just coming off, the Danny Pratt tournament, they were successful in winning the senior and the junior. The same group of guys here, and we need to get more games in. We decided over the Christmas break, since all us in Nassau, we can just go out and then just play in the tournament.
Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I am Julian Gibson.
All of us here at ZNS Total Sports wanted to send out our sincere condolences to the family of 16-year-old Cameron Williams, who died today after that freak accident in Exuma. The teen was thrown into the water and pinned under the weight of the Lady Sonia after a crane snapped. The vessel was set to take part in the special B-class race for the Bull Ridge Regatta, which has now been postponed. Williams just received an award from the Prime Minister during the Best Regatta earlier this month. Captain Hacky Roll also injured during that incident and was transported for medical treatment. The Staniel Key Regatta in Exuma still expected to take place during New Year's festivities. And that'll do it for sports. Stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.